How's it going, everybody? So I made this video to show you how easy it is to perform quality research on nearly every topic imaginable from nearly any of your internet-enabled devices. So I'm going to show you how to search for that perfect text to support your claim. I'll demonstrate how you can save the articles to your OneDrive or Google Drive cloud storage for later use. I'll even show you how you can highlight the text in a bunch of cool colors and annotate it so you capture the train of thought you were on when you found it. We will look into some advanced features that allow you to capture all of your highlighted passages, along with the notes you typed about them in a tidy, neat little file that strips away all the stuff you don't need and keeps you focused on the stuff you really want. We'll take a peek at the citation tools GALE offers and a bunch of other stuff too. Of course, the best part, you'll be able to do all this from your phone. That's right, so next time your fam drags you out to Sam's or Costco's or any number of destinations that teens find so unsavory, you'll have a great excuse to kick it in the car and get some homework done. You'll be surfing the databases and gathering an astounding variety of quality materials while everyone else is slapboxing their way through the free samples section or standing like zombies in the checkout line. So let's talk about what you should have before starting. You need internet access, of course, and your phone. I'm doing this from my iPhone 6. The process is identical for Android users. You will need to know your SISD login credentials. Myself, I save the passwords on my phone when I can, so I don't have to type them out. You may want to consider doing that too. You need to know what you're looking for and how to ask for it. It sounds like a no-duh kind of thing, because, well, it is, but just be sure you have an angle in mind when you start your journey, and that you are using effective keywords in your searches. Okay, so let's dispense with all the prereqs and just jump right in here. Step 1. You should fire up that phone and get online. You'll be heading to the GALE databases that our library links us to. There are several ways to find it, but this is how I do it. Open up a browser and do a search for SISD PHHS. SISD PHHS. Cool. Get a link to our school's homepage when you do that. There it is. From there, you're looking for the quick links section here. And then at your library, that top choice. Now you're looking for the TextQuest databases. Alright, about there in the middle. Bam. Click on that. There we go. Do it up. It'll kick you over to this place. Now these are all representative of different databases here. Some are more useful than others, depending on your purpose. One of the ones I suggest my students use for their research project is the opposing viewpoints in context one, found at the lower left here. Another good one, general one file, and this one, newsstands, newspaper clippings and stuff like that. Let's just stick with opposing viewpoints. Click there. This first time you click one of these databases, it will ask you for a password, I think. Oh no, it didn't. Cool. But if it does, the password you're looking for is library. Library. Alright, once you're here, before you start rocking out and searching, take a look up top here. It says, well, sign in with Google or sign in with Microsoft. Let's go ahead and sign in with Microsoft because you'll be able to use your SISD credentials. It's going to tailor your experience to you and link you up to your cloud storage and all that stuff like that. So I'm going to click sign in with Microsoft here. Alright. When I do it, it asks me to pick an account. You should be using your school one. Go ahead and click there. I was already signed in from using my phone previously, but you can expect to get a password screen and all that there. Just type in your stuff. And like I said, you may want to tell your phone to remember it. So it's like me, just kind of goes to the page. Anyway, you can see I'm signed in as Jason. That's good. Now what we were doing will be saved to like my personal or my work / school cloud storage, either OneDrive or Google Drive. So let's say our research topic is immigration law reform. We click the search thing up in here, the magnifying glass. Let's type it out. Immigration. Oops. Law. And reform. I'll click search. Or done. And search. Cool. We have 875 viewpoints, which are different articles that show like two sides to things. Statistics are always nice. They're usually a simple picture with some data on there, graphs and stuff. Let's see. You know what I'd like to show you, I think is very an underused resource in high school essays, primary sources. They can be a bit intimidating. Let me show you what they are. Let's check out our options for our topic of immigration law reform. By the way, those symbols next to these texts indicate the complexity of the text. So a yellow square means it's intermediate. The red triangle indicates that it's an advanced type of text. Judging from the titles, these are testimony transcripts from different people. Congressmen, government relations directors. So there are people in official capacities, and it'd be good to use some of their thoughts if they match up with ours. So let's see. Here's a good one. Let's say that our topic is that we do need to, reform immigration laws. And one of our claims maybe is immigrants are crucial to the success of our nation's economy. So we need to prove that claim with evidence and logic. Let's try this link here. It says testimony of Michael R. Bloomberg speaking in favor of broader immigration, hearing on the role of immigration, etc., etc. Let's click that one. Nice intermediate text there. And it says there, testimony of Michael R. Bloomberg speaking in favor of broader immigration, hearing on the role of immigration in strengthening America's economy. 2010. It's fairly recent. No, you're not going to be able to listen to it from your iPhone, at least. When I try, it doesn't work. Maybe it works on the Android, I don't know. But what are we looking at here? It says in a little paragraph before, it's testimony of Michael Bloomberg, mayor of New York City, before a subcommittee on immigration, etc., etc. So it was an official meeting, like a big deal type of source here. That's why they call it a primary source. He was in front of a group of people and was speaking. Let's see. Let's cruise through, just scanning through. And is there anything here? Remember, we're looking for things to prove not only that immigration law reform is necessary, but we're going with the angle that immigrants are a key part of our economy. So this basically is a list of his points that are talking about why immigration needs to be, embraced. We have a first, second, third. He's doing a step-by-step type thing here. One of these should speak out to us about, our economy matters here. Here's one. Seventh, right there. And seventh, and finally, creating a path for citizenship for illegal immigrants will strengthen our economy, etc. So I'm going to go ahead and I want to save that. I could save the whole article. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Let's say you're running out of time and you want to check this out later. Hit those 3 lines you see next to the magnifying glass. And that's not what we need. We need tools. What is that? There we go. Scroll to the top, and you'll see Tools. Click Download. I'm going to save it to my OneDrive, although you could save it to Google Drive, as you see here. Your other two choices, HTML, that's just a web page version of it. It'll open up another page in your browser. Not very helpful, to be honest, if you're on your phone. Then PDF, which will open another web browser page with a PDF. And if you're like on the iPhone, you could use iBooks to save it and stuff like that. But I think the way to go on this is saving it to your cloud storage on OneDrive. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click Download. There we go. Confirmation that it's there. Cool. So if we go to OneDrive, we'll see it. But let's see what we can do within the website here to get just what we want and strip away the stuff we don't really need. I did notice that 7th point works really well. If our claim is that immigrants are a big part of our economy, let's make some highlighting action going on here. What you can do on your phone is when you tap the first word of what you want to highlight, it turns gray. Tap the last word. And selects all of it. And I need to be careful about making these highlights on your phone because I did not find a way to undo highlights. And they are kind of permanent unless you close the browser out and start fresh. So I am going to click highlight. And I don't have anything extra there. That's cool. Choose any color you want. You may want to highlight things for your first claim, yellow, for example. And highlight things for your second claim, blue. So you don't get those two, lines of thought confused or whatever. Well, just go with yellow. Why not? There we go. There's my highlight. Now, you should leave a note about what you're highlighting, and I'll show you why in a sec, but leave a note here. And here's what I'm suggesting. Restate your claim. My claim is that immigrants... play let's say a huge role in the success of America's spelled crazy style of America's economy. Yet they are persecuted unfairly. Remember, you got to make your claims provocative. So first, just to say that the claim is that immigrants play a huge role in the success of America's economy, that's, something, but it's more provocative and provokes discussion and argument when you say that they're persecuted unfairly. We could debate that. So I'm going to click Save. That's about it on that. Now check this out. We're free to leave this article. We did save it, but even if we hadn't saved it, we have a little feature here. If you click those 3 lines, it says Highlights and Notes. Go ahead and click that. You will see there's what I just highlighted at the bottom here. Edit Notes at the top there. I can edit if I want. That's what I typed about my highlighted thing. Remember? My claim is that immigrants play a huge role in the success of America's economy, yet they are persecuted unfairly. Save it. If you made changes, or you can cancel. And then, the highlighted text is here. And 7th, and finally, creating a path for citizenship for illegal immigrants will strengthen our economy. Both the Cato Institute and the Center for American Progress have found that a path to legal status will add billions to our gross national product in the coming decades. Cool. So, you could use this quote as evidence to support your claim that immigrants, are crucial to our economy. Now, you're going to have to find some other stuff to prove that they're being persecuted unfairly. That might not be too difficult to find if you think about it. There's a lot of stories out there. Now, you may not find it in primary sources. Magazines, newspaper articles, those are a good place to look for, those experiences that the immigrants are facing that are just kind of unjust. So let's do that. Let's leave this area. But before we do that, I'd like to save this here. I'll just click download. I'm going to save it to OneDrive. It's going to create a file that has my highlighted text, that has my notes, and it also has a link to the original document in case you didn't save it, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's our confirmation. So before we go on to another article, let me show you what it looks like on OneDrive. As you see, I'm signed in to Microsoft. That's the OneDrive thing. So I'm going to go to I have the OneDrive app. And I suggest you get it too, just for this research project that you might be doing. It'll make things a lot faster. But you could go through your browser if you needed to. So here we are in my file section. OneDrive automatically makes these folders for you. I didn't make any of these folders really. They just kind of create themselves when you click on things within this GALE website. That's pretty cool. So it created a folder called Opposing Viewpoints in Context. That's where we just were. We'll click there. And if you sort by newest, this would be the most recent stuff you worked on. And there's mine, highlighted articles too. And then right below that, we see the testimony of Michael, etc. The whole article we saved. And it timestamps it and all that. So let's click the article. It's the whole thing. It's all there. See? One of the nice things about it, here's your MLA formatted citation. Right there. But we have the whole text here. Now, it did not save any highlighting, you'll notice. Well, that's okay. Check it out. Go back here to the top file, highlighted articles. There we have it. That's the part I highlighted right there. That's the notes that I typed about what I was highlighting. And I, just reminding myself what my claim is and how this fits into that. Then, very cool, a link to the text. I'm going to click it to show you what happens. It'll take us right to the page we were just at. Through OneDrive, it'll open it up. There we go. So we're not really in my Safari browser. We're in OneDrive. You can see because it says done in the upper left corner there. All right, cool. And so we're gonna leave OneDrive. That's how things are saved when you're using it through the website. Let's go back. Let's find another article or something else. You could go back. We'll close this. You could go back to search and all that stuff like that. What I'm going to do is go here to search history. See it? That's actually a pretty neat feature. That way I don't have to type in, or this has happened to me before. I was trying to find immigration law reform. I was expecting to see a certain set of results, but I forgot the word law. I just put immigration reform. Got a whole different set of results. There's a lot out there, so this is cool. By clicking that, I go exactly where I was last time. There we have it, 875 viewpoints, etc., and all that. So let's go with a different claim now. We talked about immigrants being crucial to our economy. Let's talk about the cultural influences immigrants and their contributions to American culture. It's a unique angle from the other one, and so it's easier to make some expanded comments on it without sounding like you're repeating yourself. So let's cruise. For this one, I'm suggesting let's take a look at some magazines. Newspaper stories, possibly, if we can find them. Magazines is a good place to start. 909 results, by the way, so there's plenty there. Let's see. So we're looking for something that just jumps out at you based upon the title. Remember, you can always leave that article if it's not what you're looking for. Let's see. I don't know. Nothing really jumped out there. Oh, this one. 3 roadblocks to meaningful immigration reform. Well, that sounds kind of like something that might be interesting because it addresses the issues that we're facing. If we're trying to, help these people out, maybe there'll be some sort of mention of culture or something here. Let's just check it out. So there we have things. Okay, all right. sounds like a personal narrative, sort of, or an essay written by somebody here. Here's something that stands out to me. It's a quote. So this person is using a quote. We could use their quote as well. It says, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair once said, "A simple way to take measure of a country is to look at how many want in and how many want out." Yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm going to click the last word and the first word. And I'm going to highlight that. And since it's a different claim, and we use the yellow for the other one if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to switch this one up to purple. There we go, why not? So I can differentiate that. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really do it in the file it makes. So I don't know if that's really necessary. But for me right now, I was thinking purple. Why not? Cool, we have that. And now, well, here's the unfortunate thing. I wanted to type a note, and now it doesn't look like I can click it. Bah. Not cool. Let's see if we can reset these highlighted things. Go back to my search history. And I'm going to click it again and see if I research, if I reload it, if that'll make it erase the highlighting. I kind of have a feeling it won't. Let's see. Magazines. Going down to something about 3 roadblocks. Cool. Let's cross our fingers and maybe the highlighting's gone. No, it's not. Here's this then. We're going to close the browser thing. We're going to try opposing viewpoints again. But it might be easier. Instead of typing all that out, let's go back to OneDrive and check it out from there. Highlighted articles. Testimony. Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. It is kind of late. I know my phone says 9:41 a.m., but it's actually like midnight. Whatever. Let's see. Let's go back to Gale. And search history. That's cool. Why not? Basic search right there. Magazines. And you know what? If the highlighting's off, whatever. We already showed you how to do it once. But it's just a reminder for you to be careful of what you're clicking. Where are we at? Statistics. Yeah, it's not what we wanted. Magazines. The 3 roadblocks. I did like that quote though. It would work very nicely if the note I would have typed on that wasn't there. Yeah, I would have typed out something like, "This would work good to leave my reader with something to think about at the end of the paragraph I was making." So it says, a simple way to take measure, etc., etc. That's cool. I am going to go here and check out highlights and notes and see if it's showing up there. And it is. You see the bottom one? That's the first one we found. We have the new one here, 3 roadblocks to meaningful immigration reform. So if I save it with tools, download it to my OneDrive, it'll generate another one of those reports. Watch. Check it out. Go back to OneDrive. And we were in opposing viewpoints. Sorting by newest, which it is already. We have a new file called Articles 3. Highlight Articles 3. Here we go. We have the original one, the testimony of Michael Bloomberg that we did first. And then we have the roadblocks to meaningful immigration. Notice that I did not type any notes, and from the phone, it's a little bit buggy. I wasn't able to tap it and add that note. So you have like one shot at that if you're doing it from the phone. Now I just came up with an idea. Maybe I can highlight beyond the last word and beyond the first word to redo it. Let's try it as an experiment. Okay. I'm going to go back to my browser mode here. And I'm going to go back to Save Searches. all over again here. Or not necessary, huh? We can click it from here. Oops. Our highlighted arrows, 3 roadblocks. There we go. Let's see if we can defeat this whole crazy highlighting bug. So we have that there, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click Americans. And then that word there. Did it. Let's highlight, see if it changed colors. Let's do blue. No, it did not. That's unfortunate. Well, whatevs. Just be careful. I'm sure there's a way to reset it. I just haven't figured it out yet. We haven't played around with it enough. But anyway, I've just showed you how you can basically access all this stuff from your phone. Make a bunch of files for yourself. By the way, we did not save this article. To be honest, I don't know if there's anything besides that quote I want, though. It may be sufficient to just have the quote, the highlighted quote, saved in that little file. But I also want that MLA formatting. That's at the bottom of the source citation. But if I don't want everything else, look, there's a full text right there, linked to for USA News. But anyway, I want to do this. Tools. Let's type citation tools. This is going to save just your MLA formatted citation. None of the stuff you don't need. Just you could download it or select it, copy and paste it into a notepad file or whatever. Much cooler is this. Export to OneDrive. Bam. It's going to make a file for you with your MLA citations. Check it out. Let's go back to OneDrive and just look real quick. And remember how, there we go. Citations, immigrant reform. And there we have it. 3 roadblocks to meaningful immigration reform. Ready to go for your report, whatever you're doing. And you don't have the whole file because you didn't really want the whole article. It was a personal essay. It wasn't too useful. But the quote was pretty nice. We could use that quote cited later. Okay. So, let me see if there's anything else I might be missing here before I let you go. This video is getting way long. I don't know. That is about it, actually. So, some of your other results, when you go to search results up here, utilize that browser part up there so you can navigate easily. There's images, there's biographies, there's audio you can listen to. News, like I was suggesting, might have some really good stuff for the culture thing. Quick look, why not? There's something right there, right, where we're looking for reforming of U.S. immigration laws. We're looking for something with a cultural angle to it. Well, there's something here. We're asking to reform and prohibit physical humiliating punishments. An African news service. That may not be what we want. We're talking about American issues here. But just to show you that there's so much on this database. Blocking bad immigration. There's something here. Immigration rules Trump wants would have crushed my family. I don't know if that's going to have a cultural thing in there. Here's something specific to Texas, which is pretty neat. Well, here's the deal. You are not going to be able to find everything based on the title. You're going to have to do some clicking around. But as you can see, I suppose you could cruise the titles for quite a long time. There's 11,000 of them. So maybe something in there will just scream out to you about, in terms of culture or whatever like that. So anyway, I hope this long video is helpful. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Because if you know how to get at me, I don't mind hearing from you. But everyone else, not so much. You know what I'm saying? So that's an invitation to my students to get at me if you need some more direction, or if you have a topic that you'd like me to help explore with this. Let me know. We can do that together. Anyway, bedtime, y'all. I'll see you in class tomorrow.